Hey there, it's Lenny McGill with the GlockStore Performance and Custom Shop here in the Nashville studios today, and I've got a new light to show you. What's amazing about these weapon lights is that over the past literally 5 years, the intensity or lumen count has gotten larger and larger and larger, and everybody's kind of in a race for, how bright can my light be? Well, this one is pretty amazing. It's by Streamlight, which is, kind of the big reputable light company here in America, and it's 1,000 lumens. It's the new TLR-7 HL-X. TLR-7 HL-X. Now, it's got some nice features to it. Not to mention the fact that it's 1,000 lumens. So it's really, really, bright. Crazy bright, right? But let's go ahead and talk about, this and actually, I'll show you how to put it on a gun. It's pretty simple, pretty easy. This is a Glock 47 in the sniper gray. Not Cerakote. This is actually plastic from the factory, a gray plastic. I'm going to go ahead and double check the gun. It is in fact empty, and pull the trigger in a safe direction. No magazines here. The magazine is empty. There's no ammo in this room. And whenever you work on a gun, I suggest you do the same thing. Keep the ammo separate. Double check the gun every time you pick it up. Even if you walk away for a minute, double check the gun every time you pick it up and make sure it's in an unloaded position. Now we're about to go ahead and install this light. To install the light, it's pretty amazing. It's a real simple feature. Basically, if you see there's a big screw here. You can actually put a nickel or a quarter into that to actually screw it. And you'll see that this is spring loaded. This clamp will go onto the rail system of the Glock. You'll notice there's a bar or a slot here that was going to take the bar. So I'm going to show you, here's the two sides of the clamp. There's the bar that's going to marry up to that slot there. And what's really neat about this one is you can see this is basically spring loaded. So it, when you go to put it on, I can screw that down even a little bit more there. You go to put it on, you're going to marry that slot up with the bar there on the light and just push the button to open up the clamp, and it just marries up like that. Now, I can hand tighten this just a little bit for this video, but again, you can go in there. Now, one of the things I want to caution you about, we've seen when people tighten these too much, sometimes, not all the time, sometimes it throws the harmonics of the frame off, and they'll start to have jams, misfires, not misfires, but failure to extract, just some kind of issue that is not feeding properly. And a lot of that has to do with actually squeezing that frame so much that the slide is not necessarily operating properly. So you want to tighten it, of course, but not too tight. Don't crush it on there, and don't try to crush the frame because it is a plastic frame. And these are steel pieces. So once you start to crush down on it, the steel or the metal will defeat the plastic. But once you're on there like that, it's pretty awesome. And again, I can tighten it down a little bit more so it doesn't wobble at all. All right, that's pretty darn good. Okay, so now, and I suggest you use a screwdriver or a nickel or dime or something like that to tighten it down. To operate these guys, you've got two paddles on either side, thumb and trigger finger. I prefer personally to use my thumb on my offhand because it's just sitting in the right spot. Again, I like to have my thumbs facing forward with my grip, like so. And I can operate this light just by tapping it down and releasing. The technique here is that for you to flash someone, you want to tap down and hold, boom, 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 and then release. Or if you actually want the light to be on, you tap it down and release it right away. So it's just bump and leave off. If you hold it and let it go, it'll go off when your thumb comes off. But if you just tap it, it stays on. Boom. That's the beauty of that. Some people like to use their trigger finger on this side, and you can do that if you want. I feel that you're going to have better control because you can control the trigger and the light at the same time by using your thumb. And if you use the proper grip, your thumb's going to be in the right spot. So let's go through the grip again. Right hand or dominant hand goes basically as high up on the beaver tail as possible. All right. And 3 fingers come around the grip. Index finger points towards the target. All right, I don't need to go in here yet because I'm not going to shoot, but I'm going to point towards the target. And that's really the preferred position for your finger when you're not shooting. All right, up against the frame and just ready to go down. Boom. All right, now, left hand is really, really important. See that space right there? I want to put as much meat in there as possible. So right here, I'm going to put the palm of my left hand, and I'm going to wrap my left hand around my right hand, around the 3 fingers there. And that's really the key to shooting and managing recoil is that left hand crushing, I mean the word crushing really, the right hand onto the frame. So much so that I can kind of relax my right hand somewhat. So that allows my trigger finger to manipulate the trigger faster. Because if I crush that right hand on it, my trigger finger kind of gets rigor mortis. It doesn't have as much flexibility because my hand is all tightened up. But if I relax that a little bit, say 60, 70, 80%, and then crush the right hand on with my left hand, I can manipulate the trigger faster. My finger is a little bit looser. Now, that allows me, again, if I can show you from this side, see how my thumbs are pointing down range? Boom, right there, boom, at the camera. I'm going to come up here, boom, there's my thumb. That allows me to actually operate the light and manage the trigger at the same time. So I think it's, the paddles are well thought out. They're in a great spot. And of course, this is Streamlight, the big company, and it's 1,000 lumens. It's the TLR-7 HL-X, the brand new light from them. You can see how it fits nicely on this 17 style frame, the full size. This is a Glock 47 actually, but it's the same as a Glock 17. How it fits nicely in there. Of course, the only challenge with lights is to get a holster that's going to, marry up with it and allow you to holster this thing. So we do make custom holsters specifically for lights. And that's somewhere around here. We'll have a little number there. But if you do have a light and you're looking for a holster, we can help you out with that. Because there's not a lot of holsters available from some of the major manufacturers that will accommodate these lights. And there's so many different lights that it's hard for the manufacturers to stay ahead of it. So we do custom holsters. So we really make them one at a time, specifically for the gun style and the light style. Now, if you had a 19 is going to sit about right here. So that light's going to stick out just a little bit. But not much, because the 19 is about 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch. I think it's like 0.6 small, shorter than the Glock 17 frame. So that said, this is that new light. I really am impressed with it. I like the design, like the shape, love the paddles, the on-off paddles, and love the fact that it's 1,000 lumens. I'm letting you go. This, of course, is the GlockStore Performance and Custom Shop here in the Nashville studios. If you're ever in Nashville, drop by the store. It's a fantastic store. We're 2 miles from the airport. Love to have you come in. If I'm around, I'll say hello. Ask for me. I come out to the studio or out from the studio all the time into the retail store just to say hello to customers. I love to meet people. People come from all around the country here to GlockStore, and we're really happy for that. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.